Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Bahrain Now. With me, your host, Bara Abdallah, as we showcase all latest talents, initiatives, and happenings in Bahrain. So stay tuned, we'll be right back. NGN Training Center is a center that helps fresh graduates and job seekers to prepare for the Bahraini labor market. Here in the studio, we have Mr. Yaqub to talk to us more about the NGN Training Center, along with Zainab. Well, good evening.
Good evening, Bara. How are you?
Great, great. Apparently, right now we're into this new hype of jobs. A lot of things are going on here, but first of all, tell us more about the NGN Training Center.
Well, the NGN Training Center was a subset of our main technology company. So we have NGN International, which is an IT technology company and a cybersecurity company.
Wow.
And we noticed that whenever we do implement solutions to our customer, the need for the training arises. So we thought of why don't we, offer it as a total solution. The training and the technology part, they go hand in hand.
Right.
So when you implement some solutions, you definitely require, to bring up the skill set of the technology part. So that was the story or how we started the program, the training center.
Amazing, amazing. So now technology, cybersecurity, and now with the blockchain coming along, with artificial intelligence, all that coming together,
Absolutely.
Of course, we do need a lot of training for that, definitely.
Absolutely.
So what kind of activities do we have right now at workshops at NGN Training Center?
We have the Employability Skills Program. It's supported by Temkeen for job seekers and for the fresh graduates. We teach them how to boost their self-esteem and how to boost their confidence. In our program, we teach them how to communicate with others, how to negotiate, how to solve problems during in the working field. So, and basically, and before all of that, we teach them how to apply for work, how to write their CVs, how to write the job application letter, and how to search for the right job for them.
Right, right. I mean, these are very, very important, right?
Very important.
Definitely. I mean, they graduate, like you said, fresh graduates, right? They get out of university, whether it's an IT program or computer engineering, and they get all crammed, all the information from C++, Java, Python, but then when it comes to the market, you need actual skills. So you saw the gap there. I mean, so what do you think? Like when they graduate and now you're out there, it's like, we're gonna help you to get the right job. How do you do that?
Actually, Bara, let me just get a step back. I think what's important, what we notice, we actually also interview a lot of fresh graduates, for our vacancies whenever we have slots available. And what we noticed is that they don't have the skills, whether to sell themselves initially, in an interview.
Right.
And then later, even if they make it across an interview, the CV first. The first step is the CV, how it's written, how it's cluttered. Secondly is when you put them amongst teams, they have difficulty to work amongst teams. So
right.
the challenge is the communication part. The change is the compromise when you do, when you handle teams, and that's a major, I would say, a skill set issue. And this has been actually identified by the government at the government level. So they've identified. This is why they've invested in this program. This program is invested by honestly Temkeen, and the government has identified this, and I think this is an excellent move. And what we do is we try to bring up, obviously tell them these are the important skills and show them. And what's good about this program, what I love personally about this program, is we transfer knowledge to them. So not only we teach them, we take them through the steps of making, I would say, an impactful CV,
right,
or how to talk, how to present, how to work in teams, how to negotiate. Myself and the rest of my colleagues also, we do, I would say, a session with them where we talk about our experience. I personally talk about areas that I failed in my life,
right,
areas that I've succeeded, And I try to give as much as possible. Don't worry, guys. Nobody. Talking about myself or anybody else.
Right.
If I talk about myself, I never knew initially when I started how would I start, where would I end, what would I do.
Exactly.
So I tell them it's okay not to know.
Right.
It's okay.
I wish
it's
somebody
okay.
told me that earlier.
It's okay not to know.
It's okay to make mistakes.
It's okay to make
to
mistakes.
fail.
It's okay
Fail
to
more
fail.
often, but fail
So,
fast.
Absolutely, fail fast. And then the more you get exposed to, I would say, challenges in your life, this builds you up. This builds a very strong platform where you can, from it, leapfrog. So the thing is, sometimes a lot of the, guys, graduates from university, they want to, speed, fast. They want to fast track and move on. But life has taught us, you have to sometimes go horizontally before you go vertically. So it's important you go in life horizontal and try to understand, and have exposure in different areas before you climb the corporate ladder. So we give them our experience. So we have empathy, we focus, we bring the best, I would say, trainers with beautiful platforms from them. Myself and my colleagues who are experienced in this field sit with them, have I would say transfer of knowledge sessions with them. That's what's different in our programs than what's available outside.
And it seems very genuine.
Absolutely.
I mean, so are you more focused into the technology and digital and IT field, or is it just we're talking generally for everybody?
Well, actually, if you look at what we do, this is a program related to job seekers. However, if you are a job seeker, this is a track or a program we offer.
Okay.
If you are, let's say, an individual where you are working for an organization and you want to climb the corporate ladder, you want to build additional technology, technical know-how and knowledge, yes, we have programs like what you mentioned earlier, whether it's blockchain, whether it's cloud computing, whether it's AI, whether it's specific technologies like VMware and others. That's something we offer you. And obviously we offer a lot of corporate programs. We have corporate programs where culture is required, some messages within that, where we have some programs, for instance, like ITIL, Agile, Scrum. We have these kind of programs where specialized. So it's from an entry level, a job seeker, where we teach you the skill set and you grow. And if you are an employee and you want to wish to build up, add up more skills and grow up, again, there's a track for you. So we have, I would say, we have a portfolio that touches the needs of different areas, whether a startup or a guy who's ambitious and he wants to grow and that kind of stuff.
Amazing. So Zaina, tell us about the reception. So all the job seekers and the fresh graduates, as they enter your program, are they surprised? Like, oh my God, I didn't know that I need to do all of that. I thought just read the book and that's it, go to any company. But then all of a sudden, as they approach NGN, they get to see a whole new world.
Yes.
So how was the reception?
Yes, they surprised by how much they need to know and how much we offer them to improve their skills and how to face the world and how to enter the labor market smoothly.
That's right.
So yes, and they thought that it's going to be just lectures and they will listen and that's it.
Right.
But no, they have to do activities, they have to participate. We have virtual interviews. We bring people to interview them, and we also let our expertise to talk to them, to speak, to give them part of their knowledge.
Very interesting.
And I think another area is we purposely also selected where our offices. So we've focused also on the experience. So our offices are in World Trade Center, and that gives also the job seeker, as soon as he comes in, he looks at an environment. So he comes in, look at I would say goes through the same area that other employees of other banks and other prestigious organizations are within. So he goes through them and sees all of this. This is part of the experience that they have.
Right.
And similarly, we purposely built our I would say office in a way it gives this positive passion and inspiring I would say attitude. So that is to enforce that. So when they come in, so from the time they come in the office up until where they they actually participate, that is part of the journey that they take with us.
Right. I mean, honestly, if I would do college again, I would definitely go, whether it's going to be in fintech, blockchain, or AI. As you know, the future is pretty much so much into the AI world. So I would definitely need guidance. So take me through like a very simple practice. Let's say right now I'm a fresh graduate. I know AI, I want to apply it, but I don't know what to do. So I approach NGN. What happens here? You're going to interview me? What's the first step?
Well, it depends which program you enroll in. So the program that the government has designed for job seekers is the skills part, which we spoke about as the employability skills. So these are the skills that, first of all, I would say enable you, give you the boost, to enter an enterprise. So once you enter an enterprise, when you benefit from all the skills and you enter an enterprise and you specialize in an area, let's say you're lucky enough to go in an area where you have passion in, or you start with somewhere like with AI, whether it's cybersecurity and others. What we can help then at the next stage is offer specialized training where it has an entry level, and then as you go an advanced level till he takes the high-end certification. So he starts at an entry level, let's say AI or cybersecurity. So the guy is very passionate in cybersecurity and he wants to build for himself a career based on cybersecurity. So we offer him skills and courses, and then again the beauty about our differentiation in our course and our offering, our technical expertise, our senior I would say subject matter experts in cybersecurity, they transfer their knowledge to them. So it's the theory part and the experience of these guys. So we can I would say handhold, take you from an entry level course, and then all the way you take you up to a senior where you have a top high end, I would say, industry certification. And nowadays, as you mentioned, Bara, having a university degree is a prerequisite, or it's I would say a de facto. So on top of that, you have to build knowledge. I would say become a subject matter expert. So your particular industry become expert in that along with your degree. So this is the industry certification is very critical for business nowadays, and it gives you a much more favorable position when they supposedly you apply for a job, especially in that particular area. You have your degree, you have your industry certification along with it. Supposedly, as an example, AI, cybersecurity, or blockchain, or cloud computing, you put that along. That gives you a better preference, and differentiation amongst other CVs. So this guy, wow, okay, he's done all this.
Amazing. So you've been in the market for such a long time.
That's right.
You saw how things just been changing, and you just have to go with the change, and it's so radical, so fast. It's just unbelievable how things are changing at a fast pace. Now, from your perspective, with all the fresh graduates and the ones who graduated and the ones who are working right now, where's Bahrain standing right now? What's Bahrain's status when it comes, let's say, to digital skills? Whether it's programming, cybersecurity, AI, cloud computing, where do we stand right now? What do you think of the skill set we have here in Bahrain so far?
Well, honestly, my passion and my personal ambition is to see us as Bahrain, I would say, as a center of excellence for the knowledge or in this latest technologies. Why is that? And we are there. The government has taken the right steps and put the right infrastructure, funding infrastructure for training, and thereafter. So, my ambition and that is, and then that's what I tell most of the guys, and just not Bahrain. Yes, Bahrain is limited with geography and job. So the more you get this kind of expertise and you become knowledge, you can have job offerings with premium payment in other parts of the Gulf, not necessarily Bahrain. So Bahrain is in a way, I would say, on the right track when it comes to the government vision and plan and execution. And as soon as we build, we can, I think, easily become center of excellence. And with latest technologies coming up, we can really compete with advanced nations. So it's not to look at a specific segment. The technology is a segment that we can really compete.
I love this, especially we have AWS going on here in Bahrain, and a lot of initiatives with the e-government and all that. We are pretty much ahead of a lot when it comes to technological advances. So what is the future for NGN Trading Center?
Well, NGN Training Center, as I said, is part of NGN Group, which is the international the technology part. So they go hand in hand. The technology, where we see ourselves is we see ourselves in Bahrain, and then we are expanding more in GCC. And our passion is, to provide all our technologies, our experience, in wherever we touch across the GCC in certain segments. So as you can imagine, we focus on certain segments that we work with, and these are the segments that we want to grow and expand beyond the Bahrain territory. So we find I would say the road ahead of us challenging, but we can implement and execute our plan and vision in that direction.
I mean, just listening to your thoughts and talks and what's going on right now, I just feel more positive and confident that we are definitely heading to the right path.
Inshallah.
And we are in the right place right now, and we are in a good place actually at the same time, with all this going on. I mean, I've been reading a lot about the future of AI as, the future is pretty much with the superpowers, pretty much who has the strongest AI. So hearing what's happening right now, I know we are in good hands with NGN. So we really appreciate your work and everything.
Thank you.
So with that, any last words?
Well, if any last words that comes across my mind, honestly, is probably some advice to our job seekers. They need to be patient, and they need to work hard. I have this, I would say, thing that always I keep in my mind, which is, there's no aspiration without perspiration. So you have to sweat it. So you have to work hard and sweat, and grow from there, and be patient. But you have to invest in yourself. So when you start, especially young, and you have all the dreams and plans, you need to invest in yourself heavily.
Right.
That's a part. Maybe another advice for us and NGN and for Bahrain overall, I think we can compete, globally, not just Bahrain. In the past, the saying used to say, the big fish eats the slow, the big fish eats the small fish. Today, it's the opposite. It's the slow, it's the fast eats the slow. So we need to be faster, we need to be more agile in all aspects. So as far as a company, an enterprise, or a country as Bahrain. So we can compete with other countries. We just that we need to be faster in taking decisions, faster in coming up with initiatives and executing them and implementing, because by the time it takes us to I would say dream about something and execute, that time itself, a lot of people would have executed things, done and moved.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
we need to be a lot agile. Bahrain needs to be a lot agile. We as enterprise need to be a lot of agile, faster in our approach. And I'm sure we can compete head to head with a lot of countries beyond our territory, not just our neighborhood.
I love the fact that how realistic you are with your view, as we definitely need to be way faster, less complicated.
Very true.
And with, I would say, of course, we need regulatory bodies and all that, but sometimes there's certain things we just need to go.
And I think, Barak, sorry.
Go ahead.
What had happened is, if you look at Bahrain today, with COVID I think enforced a lot of things onto us. If you notice that the transformation into technology and digital transformation happened due to COVID. So a lot of things that today became normal for us, acceptable, was unacceptable prior. I can give you an example. We had our license registration. In the past, with license registration, especially for training center, we had different government departments. They had to physically come to our office and then inspect and then sign off. Today, what is acceptable is that even if you do a video and then they are online with you, they see, they can sign off. So why don't we keep these things, build upon them, rather than going back, to where prior to COVID. So I hope the COVID learning lessons are a platform where we launch, into the future rather than, retracting and going back. So a lot of things happen today. We do a lot of meetings online, yet we are more effective, more efficient. There's less transportation and less traffics and less people traveling across. Working from home has become acceptable today, where in the past this was unbelievable. So these things that we need to build upon and platform to launch from the future.
I mean, everything you said right now was definitely it. I've been talking about that a lot as well. Offset is that that's it. We learned a lot. And of course, with NGN Training Center, we're going to see way more stuff happening here.
Very true.
So, Mr. Yaqub, Zainab, thank you so much for being with us here on Bahrain Now. This has been an eye-opener for a lot of us, and I can only imagine that our future is going to be even brighter, more advanced with NGN Training Center.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Definitely. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the future is brighter and more advanced with NGN Training Center. All that took place right here on Bahrain Now. Zainab Abdallah is a human resource manager and the founder of MRS Consultancy, who has 18 years of experience in human resource management in different industries. We'll be giving tips to youth and fresh graduates who are seeking for a job. Well, good evening, Zainab. How are you?
Good evening. I'm good. Very well.
Well, you have a lot going on, right?
Yes.
Fresh graduates every day
Yes.
looking for a job. It's
Exactly.
endless, right, in
Yes.
this market.
Exactly.
18 years in human resource management. This is a lot. So tell us about your experience in HR.
My experience is a lot in HR. I'm helping the organizations. I'm helping the candidates. I'm helping each individual person that they are seeking for support to restructure their organization, to develop their organization. So there is a lot of behind of my experience.
Amazing. And we're talking about training and development, payroll,
Performance management and leaves
all of
and
that.
all this. Yes.
You've done everything.
Yes.
Oh, how did you survive?
Basically, since I joined my first career, which is it was in 2003, I have started in HR department from the scratch.
Wow.
So I gain a lot of experience. I have a lot of professional certificates, and it helped me a lot, especially with my experience in each individual industry that I have worked. Yes.
Amazing. So now with that if you have, like as right now you just mentioned, you have an amazing experience, a pool of skill sets when it comes to HR. But at the same time, now we are out there to give tips to young graduates and people seeking for jobs. Now, what made you want to go there and help all these young graduates and job seekers?
In my position, I have to seek the universities, and I post some advertisements that if you are fresh graduates and you want to improve your skills and you want to have an experience or you want to train even as an let's say employability for to seek like to have more skills.
Right.
So they are sending me their CVs and I'm trying to help them.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. You're like a saver right now. You're like a superhero.
Yes, I am.
I love this, the confidence. You know, let's go. Wonder Woman of Bahrain.
Thank you.
So now, how do you do this? Let's start with this right now. Young graduate going out there seeking for a job. What do? You approach this like, I would like to know how can I approach for a job? How can I be a job seeker? What is your advice?
First, my advice to them, if they want to apply, they have first to look into their CVs many times, not only once.
Okay.
They have to make sure that what is their target job. It's not about that I have graduated, let's say example, from engineering, accounting, human resource, or whatever major,
Right.
or as a graduated person. So he needs to know what he wants to do, what is the next step, because
Right.
most of the fresh graduates, they are not able to find something that matching their qualification or skills even.
Right.
So they have to choose whatever they are going to get. Example, like if they have an opportunity, customer service,
Right.
as a call center agent,
Okay.
or as a receptionist, or
Right.
as a secretary, they have to take it because they need experience.
Right.
It's bad for them if they will stay, let's say, more than 4 or 5 years, and they are aiming that they will one day they will get a job with their qualification that is matching with their studies.
Right.
This is too late.
It's too late, right?
So they have to push themselves. They have to take whatever they got, they receive from any opportunity from anywhere.
Wow, wow, wow. There's a lot going on, right? I mean, each company has their own culture, each industry has its own, I would say, knowledge, his own way of doing things, and you have to tap into each industry
Yes.
in each company. It's
Yes.
a lot. How do you do this? How do you understand what works for an engineer, an accountant, a doctor, a chef? You have to deal with all of them. So
Yes.
is there like a certain pattern for everybody, or you have to tap into each industry like differently?
This is by experience. You will get. You will know more about each person job description, each person qualification. If you have relations, like let's say with the universities, or you have relations with some others that they are seeking for a job, so it will be easier for you to just to have like some CVs and
Right.
matching with their requirements and set skills and all these things.
Okay, great. So, I
Yeah.
mean, simply said, but it takes a lot of practice, right?
Yes.
To actually see what is out there and how to match everybody together.
Yes.
You're like a matchmaker for jobs and companies and clients.
Yes.
It's amazing. So, now, what are your services? Now, I know you give, let's say, fresh graduates some training. Is that what is the case is right now?
Yes.
So, you train fresh graduates, and at the same time, what about the clients and the companies? Is there something you are aiming there as a consultancy?
I am actually I have an HR unique services that I'm not sure if this is a secret.
It is. Oh, it's an exclusive for Bahrain Now. Okay, great.
Yes.
Let's go.
I'm doing one-to-one session with the person that they want to develop their, let's say, career growth, career
Okay.
path they have, or they want to start with, let's say, a junior person that fresh graduate,
Right.
and they want to give him a position in a human resource
Okay.
or in accounts or whatever different rules.
Right.
So my role is basically I'm training them in human resource only in human resource,
Okay.
and I'm trying to give them like skills that helps them to improve their career, not only as an HR, even as, let's say, their basic skills, basic knowledge.
Right.
And even there is a lot of scenarios. Yani I'm taking like for, let's say, 6 months or 12 months training
Wow.
on and off.
So.
So there is a practical, and there is the other side of, let's say, I'm giving them just an assessment to understand of that person. He's a really professional person in human resource.
Very interesting. So you're dealing with fresh graduates, job seekers, clients, companies, and you're reading into
Yes.
different industries. That's just phenomenal how you put all that together into one place.
Yes.
So what's the future like? I mean, now you know what's happening now, but do you think things will change in the future?
The future is, I'm not sure, but what we are living right now, it is, we have a big change,
Okay.
especially in the market. Since years back, if you want to look forward and backward, you will see it's a huge difference,
Right.
especially with the pandemic,
Right.
with the COVID. It's changed a lot. So a lot of upcoming future things that will come, and definitely it's a big change and big challenge
Definitely.
for
I
everyone.
mean, the pandemic changed a lot, that's
A
for
lot.
sure. Definitely.
Yes.
So what about you? You have any future plans that we need to know about, or are you going to keep it as a secret?
It will be a secret.
Of course.
Soon it will be on my Instagram and YouTube.
Awesome.
And yeah, I have more than one channel actually.
All right.
Soon it will be there.
All right. That's a good teaser right there. Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely. So how
Yes.
can we reach you?
On my Instagram or email, and I have also on my mobile number.
Great.
Yes.
Great. Great. So
I'm helping everybody.
Please help me.
Why not?
I would like to know more about human resource. I've been involved in HR for such a while, but I guess you are way more involved. You know a lot going on, so I guess a good talk with you can pretty
Thank
much
you.
open our horizons to different ways and paths in HR.
Yes.
Well, with all that being said, any last words to your viewers?
Last word will be for the fresh graduates and the youth, the people who are seeking for a job. Just grab anything that you would get from any organization, any company. Don't look into pay, don't look into the position. Just take it and go.
I love that. experience. Get the experience first.
Yes.
Well,
Experience
thank
is
you.
very important. You might be one day better than me because I have started with experience, not
Okay.
with the certificate.
All right.
Then I have complete my university, I have complete my
Okay.
professional certificates. So I did on the next step. And you have to be passionate for what you like to do.
Right.
Not just only I want to work,
Right.
I want to be. It's not right.
Right.
You have to have a passion. With this passion, you can make it.
You have an amazing story, starting from scratch in HR, 18 years, collecting all this information. You can write a book right now. That's it.
Actually, I'm working on
You
it.
are working on the book. I
Yes.
knew it. I knew it. Well, I can't wait to read your book. And of course, a lot of people hopefully will be approaching you as well for job seeking and getting more information on how they can actually go out there to be more of a good pick
Thank
for a
you.
lot of
Yes.
clients. So much appreciated for you being with us here on
Thank
Bahrain
you.
Now.
Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of informative tips for all the young graduates and job seekers. All that by Zainab Abdallah right here on Bahrain Now.
حياكم تفضلوا يا قهوتنا يا قهوتنا coffee and taste my our sweet قهوتنا 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 قهوتنا.
Hello everyone, this is Fatma and today I'm here in Bahrain's Farmers Market. I will meet with Amir Dasmal, your favorite Bahraini actor, who will be talking to us about قهوتنا.
I have two Arabic coffee, Al-Fakhira, same yellow color, and Al-Taibin, same old father drinking that one, dark, little dark. You want a yellow one?
Yes, yellow one.
Yellow one, yes. This is Al-Fakhira. Wow!
Okay, so
Yes.
I will come inside.
Yes.
Yes, so we can talk about قهوتنا. So first of all, Amir, I want to ask you, why did you open قهوتنا?
It's a good question. Before I am using the sweet, and my friend test our sweet, and he tell me, Amir, why not open the shop? I told him, yani, there is nothing, yani. This should be if I open the shop, should be a lot of money. Some my friend told me no, make a small shop in some market. I'm using where is market? Oh, there is farmer market. Good. That's why I opened this is a shop, small shop in farmer market. And Mr. Muhammad Nasser, manager of farmer market, he support me and he tell me this is good for you. We will step by step, yani, inshallah. Okay.
Okay, so Amir, we want to know about قهوتنا products. What do you have in قهوتنا?
I have cookies, healthy cookies.
Healthy cookies.
This is from oats.
Oats.
Yes.
Yes.
يعني for dietitian, for healthy people.
Wow.
This is a flour of biscuit
Okay.
and nuts inside.
Okay.
And some flavor inside.
Okay, okay,
Flavor inside. Coconut, something
Okay,
inside.
and these are sesame.
Sesame, yes.
Sesame,
Oreo.
And what you have over there?
Oh, this is also too much. We have Oreo, ball,
Okay.
and lotus ball of dates, and we have مقرمشاتنا.
Okay,
And
okay.
I have family box.
Okay, and I heard that you have the cold karak.
We have vanilla, and we have
Okay.
chocolate
Okay.
and ikhlas.
Okay, so Amir, the first question I would like to ask you is, what do you wish foreigners to know about قهوتنا?
I hope visit our shop in
Okay.
Farmer Market and
Okay.
Ali Village.
Okay.
And test our sweet. There is many product in our shop. And I have invitation to American people, British people, Indian people, South African, and all country, all people from all country come to visit our shop in farmer market. And Bahraini people love everybody in all country. That is why I give him invitation to.
Please come to Gahwatna.
Yes.
And second, Amir, do you wish to open a shop in a mall?
Wow.
Wow.
This is my dreams.
Yes.
I have the dreams to open a small section.
Okay.
This is my dreams, but I hope that my dreams coming to true.
Well, Amir, I do hope your dreams come true. We all wish that your dreams come true.
القريب يقرب وهم البعيد بعد يقرب. حياكم.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's a wrap for another great episode of Bahrain Now. As usual, be sure to reach out to us on our social media accounts shown below. And stay tuned for more exciting segments on Bahrain Now. This was Bara Abdallah. Till next time, good night and God bless.